Hello students, today we are going to read about the next part of the chapter, that we will read about the structure of the cells and what are the organelles found in the animal and plant cells. Here in this slide you can see the structure of a generalized animal cell, which we can see through electron microscope. Now this slide contains the structure of a plant cell, which also we can see with the help of an electron microscope. Now we will read about the structure of the cell. So first of all we can see that a typical cell, it consists of a cell membrane. Okay, now when we talk about cell membrane, we can call it plasma membrane also. Every cell is bound by a thin delicate membrane, which is called the cell membrane or plasma membrane. This membrane is selectively permeable. That means it only allows few particles to go inside and come out in it. Now it provides an outer boundary to the cell and separates cells from one another and also from the surrounding medium. It also protects the cell from injury. In addition, the plant cell and bacterial cell have an outer wall surrounding the cell membrane. This wall is called cell wall. The cell wall is present in the plant and it provides protection against temperature variations, high wind speed and atmospheric moisture also. Now we will read about cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a thick jelly-like fluid which is filled inside the cell and is bounded by a cell membrane. It occupies the space between the cell membrane and the nucleus. All the chemical reactions of cell occurs in the cytoplasm. There are mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum floating in the cytoplasm or suspended in the cytoplasm. Now what about nucleus? Nucleus is the most important component of the living cell. Nucleus is a large and spherical structure present in all the cells. After staining, it can be easily seen with the help of a microscope. In animal cells, nucleus lies at the center of the cell, whereas in plant cells, it is present at the periphery of the cell due to the presence of a large vacuole. Nuclear membrane. Nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane called nuclear membrane. This membrane is also porous and allows the movement of certain selected materials between the cytoplasm and the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, some fine thread-like structures are suspended in the nucleoplasm. These are called chromatin fibers. In the dividing nucleus, these chromatin fibers, they form chromosomes. Now these chromosomes carry genes, and now you will think that what are genes? So genes are responsible for passing genetic characteristics from the parents to the offsprings. Now we will read about the cell organisms which are present inside the cell. Okay, so first of all we will read about plastids. These are present only in plant cells. Plastids contain certain pigments that have a specific role to play in the functioning of plants, or you can say that simply when we talk about plastids, so they give color to the plants. For example, chloroplast, which gives green color, chromoplast, which contains non-green pigments and they give color to flowers and fruits. Now the next cell organelle is mitochondria. These are small rod-like structures found in all cells. They provide energy for all the activities. This energy is produced by the oxidation of food. Thus, they are often called powerhouse of the cell. So, the next part is endoplasmic reticulum. Now, when we talk about endoplasmic reticulum, it is a network of tubules and channels and is involved in the synthesis, storage and transport of cell products which are present in the cell. Now about ribosomes. These are small granular structures scattered in the cytoplasm. These are the sites of protein synthesis. Now about Golgi bodies. or we can call it Golgi apparatus also. It is made up of tubules and vesicles and is responsible for the secretion of chemical substances like enzymes, hormones and proteins also. Now we will read about vacuoles. When we talk about vacuoles, so these are sac-like structures. Plant cells have large vacuoles as compared to animal cells. Vacuoles store soluble food, waste and secretion of cells dissolved in water as cell sap. Beside all these parts, some cells they also contain cilia and flagella. These are helpful in locomotion or walking of the cell or going from one place to another. Now prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. On the basis of the nuclear organization, cells have been divided into two types. First one is prokaryotic and the second one is eukaryotic cells. First of all, we will read about prokaryotic cells. When we talk about prokaryotic cells, so the cells which do not have a well organized nucleus due to the absence of nuclear membrane are called prokaryotic cells, or you can say that the nuclear membrane is not present there, so they are known as primitive cells also. Eukaryotic cells are those which have a well organized nucleus with nuclear membrane, and these are also known as true cells. When we talk about the examples, so when we talk about the prokaryotic cells, so blue green algae is an example of prokaryotic cells, while eukaryotic cells have plants, animals, fungi, protozoa as an example. Okay students, now this finishes your chapter and we will do question answers now in the next class.